I liked when he woke up and was panicked and was kind of reliving things. I liked all that, So I was pretty happy with
That
that
was
transition.
really, really good acting. I believed that he came back. Like the horror at seeing those stab wounds and realizing that he was dead. Like, oh, that gave me chills.
Oh yeah. He even starts to touch him, right? He even starts to touch
Yeah.
him, and like it starts feeling the holes in his chest and everything, and then Davos, John starts struggling with things a little bit, and he's like, and Davos really puts things in perspective, really quick. He's like, you were dead, and now you're not. I know I was completely mad. I did what I.
He literally says, "For me, that's completely mental."
Yeah.
I don't. I must. I think it's.
And John says,
it's worse for you.
John said, I did what I thought was right, and I got murdered for it. So I must be wrong. And Davos is like, screw it. So you failed, so go do it again. And just keep trying, pretty much. So pretty happy with that. That was Davos to me has always been very, very insightful, and mostly has gone on deaf ears for what he's had. So
everything he says is based on logic, basically.
So I mean, the Onion Knight, I think he's super intelligent. Would make a wonderful Hand of the King. But
indeed,
yeah.
Which.
And then John walks out to the masses, much like I really wanted.
We can talk about this for a long time.
Yeah, much like I really wanted him to do, this donning the all black gear, the stepping out onto the porch. He didn't really step out and own it. He you could tell that he was still in pain, right? He was very much in pain, still from what was going on. So there still must be a healing process that needs to be done when he's resurrected. Because so he's walking down and he's everybody kind of spreads like the water parts, of everybody, and then it's like they think you're some kind of sort of god, and he's like, I'm not a god. He goes, yeah, right. I know. I saw your pecker, and what kind of god would have one that small, So that was. I wasn't expecting comedy really from him, but I thought it was there.
Well, I think. It's a very awkward situation as well.
Yeah. And then there's even more comedy when he meets Ed, right? He goes and he looks at him. Is that you in there? He goes, hold off on burning my body for now. So I liked it. I thought there should be a bit more hand clapping,
basically.
Yeah, just the banter.
I was hoping for some hand clapping and some cheering, but there wasn't any of that. Just like, oh my god, what the hell? So then we get to a scene that I really think they could have just done without. Honest to God truth. This is the boat scene. And I don't know.
It's very important to Brood Idea.
Is it?
It was important for me to see them and for them to go on their journey. But vomiting 800 bucket. Come on now. No. And they didn't even explain really what his plan was. He's going to the Citadel and he doesn't want her to come with us. We already knew that. We knew that when they left. So they just repeated themselves for no reason. He's like, oh, well, I'll take you to my family. I'll claim the baby as my own. You'll be taken care of. We knew that already. They should have... I don't see why the journey there was so important, except for maybe Sam has a weak constitution. Look at him, throwing up in that damn bucket.
Yeah, Gilly's looking out the window, smiling.
It's to remind the audience that they're still alive. I think it's basically what's happening.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think they could have been more on their journey and had more of a plan going on than waste. What was it? 4 minutes on this?
Rich, do you think she's pregnant?
She might be.
That would be interesting. That might be interesting.
I don't know. That's just conjecture.
So, I mean, this whole scene just basically breaks down to him puking lots, and talking about Old Town being one of the most beautiful cities in Westeros, and she really can't join him in Old Town because there's he's going to be studying with a bunch of old kooks, and he doesn't have any help like he had back at Castle Black, and so they're going to take her and the baby to see his family, which should be some very interesting interaction. And the good news is we get a lot more characters added to the story that's already full of lots of characters.
More names. There you go.
Oh my god. So
hey, talking about hair, that little baby had some golden hair. I'm just gonna say that.
Really?
Well, it was Crosser's baby, wasn't it? Crosser was blonde.
That's true.
Yeah, so maybe Sam's the Oathbreaker. I don't know. Who's the Oathbreaker? I don't know.
No, we'll get to the very last scene. That's what they're talking about.
Okay, so here, so we we move on to the next thing with the Tower of Joy, which is
the most infuriating scene in this entire episode.
Oh.
You think it was the most infuriating? Really?
Yeah.
I was ready to run to fucking Ireland and kill the producers for doing that.
Roram, describe the scene and then say your piece.
Okay, well, so we see Sir Arthur Dayne, which is supposed to be the biggest badass of all of Westeros. And so, he dual wields sword, which I found interesting because I thought he's just supposed to have just one sword that was made out of meteor and like glowed like a lightsaber, and he's got these two swords that and then he's with his friend, and he's described as Mira's father. Who's Mira?
Isn't she the girl who's with him, Bran?
Yeah.
At the
Mira and Jojen, they escorted Bran to the tree tunnel.
Yeah.
The other kid who could see animals and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, she had a sister. That's Mira.
Ah, okay. All right, I gotcha.
She's still with him. You saw her last episode.
And then I kind of liked the way Ned Stark's like, there's a bit of banter between Sir Arthur Dayne and himself, and he's like, Sir Arthur Dayne says, "Now it begins," and Stark says, "Nope, now it ends." So I kind of like that. And so, Bran and Three-Eyed Raven are just watching this happen, and just kind of watching it like it's a movie or something, and he's like, he's much better than my father. How does he possibly win? I've heard this tale many times, and I know that my father defeated him. And so, and then the Three-Eyed Raven is like, did he? So then we find out that Mira's father ends up putting a dagger in his back of his throat. And so I found that an interesting exchange. I kind of liked seeing some sword fighting. That's kind of cool. I like to see it.
It's an important character building scene as well, because that tells us a lot about who Ned Stark is as well, and who he was when he was young.
What, that he told everybody something fake?
No, Ned Stark is considered to be the most honorable man in the entire kingdom, right?
Yeah.
And what just happened in front of Bran's eyes is not knightly and not honorable.
Yeah, not very knightly. Yeah.
So it shows you how far he's come.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of the dialogue in there is really important too, because they're all there for his sister, as in the tower.
Yeah, they're talking about the Battle of the Trident and why they're not there. Why they didn't protect the prince.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they let Rhaegar die? Why are they here even? Why is this so important? Ned has many questions, and we do not get them answered because of the three-eyed fucking bitch.
So we see the death scene, and then we hear his sister cry up in a tower, and he goes to head off, and then Bran screams at he says "Father," and then Stark turns around, like you heard him.
They're walking through trees, And I mean, in the books, they describe it like as the wind. So he may have heard his name on the wind, which I mean, it sounds crazy, but that's what happened. And Bran realizes that it is the past, but it's also the present for him because it's still happening for the trees. Like it's a weird kind of thing. Yeah. But that was an important part for Bran because he's seeing his father is a person, not really this almighty perfect being anymore, and then he felt like he could influence the situation. So a couple of interesting things happened to Bran in that scene.
Yeah, also I think he wanted to know why his father was in that kind of rage, and we didn't even get to see it. That pisses me off.
Yep. For them to cut to the next scene, which just I was mad.
Yeah, because we want to find out answers, right? And then back to the tree, where he tells Bran.
Some of us knows what's going on.
Where he tells Bran he's been waiting there for 1,000 years just for Bran, and you need to take your time and don't worry before you're gonna leave. But before you leave, you're gonna know everything.
It would have been one clip to satisfy the entire fan base.
That's why they did it, though. That's why they're gonna make us wait.
I'm totally aware why they did it. It's just those fuckers.
Okay, but now at this point, do we not know the truth until like the end of the season? Is this the cliffhanger for the end of the season?
It can't be.
I think they can do that. I don't think they can.
I mean, that would be too much.
I don't know. I kind of think that's what's going to happen.
You can't have 9 episodes of setup. You can't do that to us.
I don't. Gonna happen. We're gonna get it maybe in the next episode after that. I think we're gonna either get it, either we're gonna be told it's right what we think or it's not right what we think.
Yeah, it's making me crazy.
It doesn't make any sense that it's not right what we think, but let's see what happens.
Right.
Okay.
So
sorry. Let's go.
Okay. So the next thing, is the Horde returning home, and they're like, move your ass, Khaleesi.
Yawn.
Yeah. Here's another scene that I'm not too sure. I think it could have been condensed, or it was just.
You think?
She gets taken into, I don't even pronounce it, a temple or whatever. Pretty Deal's got it.
It's the Dosh Khaleen.
Yeah, there.
The House of the Widows.
Yeah.
So that's where she goes, and then she's stripped of everything. She looks like she's given some horsehide leather, and so then we hear that her fate is going to be decided by some sort of jury of sorts. The next Kale and his advisors or something. I don't know. Is that right? Is that what you got out of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
because she was supposed to go to them after he died. That's how their religion and how their tradition is. Mm-hmm. And she didn't, so there has to be some punishment for that.
To me, this whole scene could have just been not existed at all, and we could have just cut to the actual her, maybe, I don't know, sitting in front of the panel or whatever the judgment thing is, and then explaining it, and her saying what she just said. She said it before in the other episode. She said it right now. I'm this person. I'm important. Blah blah blah. And she's just repeating herself. It's so dumb.
And then
you could have taken this out and got in front of the panel and cut off before they.
Do you know what I thought of too? I thought of, here's another perfect opportunity that Pretty Ideal is robbed of some nudity.
Where are the boobs? Are the boobs?
I'm like, this is all we're getting. Pretty Ideal's gonna be furious.
there was a tiny bit of side boob, but nah.
Right. So I don't know. It just seemed like it's gotten pretty tame around here on this thing. What made Game of Thrones Game of Thrones? I know the story and everything, but there's also lots of sex in it, right? But.
Well, at this point, the stakes are so high and the death count is so big that that's what's overshadowing everything.
Yeah.
Every single episode, somebody dies now. It's amazing.
Well, she could have at least got a body double or something. Come on.
But that was it. That was it. So I'm not gonna linger on that scene anymore. There's other things to talk out better. To me, one of my most favorite scenes is this next one that's coming up, and we finally get to see Varys at work. How does he get this information? How does he manipulate people? What does he do? So he brings in one of the ladies that killed the Unsullied, and starts putting the screws down, and he's dropping the son's name, Dom, with the breathing problem. How could he go on without you, And he doesn't sound very sinister at all, but you definitely know that he's putting the screws down, and I like that. How he goes out his mother, I got this big bag of silver and a boat to Pentos. What will you do?
And then I think that was a really exciting thing to see, because for the whole show, he's just been this mysterious person with little birds everywhere, and he knows things that nobody else knows, and now you see it happening.
I liked it. That
was cooler than I thought it would be too.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. And then we get right from there, we transition to Tyrion sitting around the table, desperately needing a drinking buddy.
Holy shit.
He's just sitting around just trying to waste time like the old times, and he just needs a drinking buddy. Clearly they're all up there waiting to try to get until Varys gets the information that he needs, and he's like, hey, let's play a game. Okay, I don't know any games that don't involve drinking. Oh hell,
I have a hard time with that scene, because in some way it's character building, in some other way it's just
it was fluff.
They could have nixed that. Let's be honest. They could have nixed it.
We all know that Tyrion probably invented Never Have I Ever. Okay, we get it. We get he's a drunk. We get he likes to play games of wit. We get he likes to talk. And we also know that the Unsullied only care about fighting. And we all know that Missandei only cares about being a good servant. None of that was building to me.
Where's his drinking buddy at right now?
The character building I'm talking about may be pretty ideal. It's the insight of the different characters being together, maybe, but that's very vague as well. So
that's a weak connection. I mean, I can see it.
It's not really that. It's not really that important. Is what I'm getting at, but.
But
that we got it.
The only reason that they're there is to get onto this next part, where we find out who's behind the Son of Harpies, and I guess it's everybody. It's everybody that's not a slave, and so everybody's all pooled their money together from all the cities that they Astapor and Yunkai and Volantis. Everybody's like, we're going to dethrone her, we're going to make her life miserable, and we're going to plan all these people and pay lots of people, and we're going to make things miserable for her.
I found it interesting that even Volantis was in on it.
Yeah.
Wait, say that one more time? I'm sorry.
Volantis.
I found it interesting that even the slave drivers of Volantis was in on this game. Not because I can see it makes perfect sense, but it's still interesting because she's never been to Volantis, has she?
No, but
it's in their it's in
the area.
Jumped in on it.
It's totally in their interest to do it. I'm not denying that, but still pretty interesting. Like she makes enemies that she does not even know of.
Dothraki also hate her, so she everyone is hating her right now.
Yeah, basically.
Part of me wants for her to exude the will back onto Dothraki, mind control them a little bit like she did before, and point them in the right direction and let them rip.
I just want to see the dragons grow so we see them in full size. Oh, that would be amazing.
So, but the other little part that we hear in there, the masters only speak one language. We need to speak it back to them. What do you think she's implying there?
Either gold or slaves or death.
I thought it was violence. I thought that's what she was hinting at.
Yeah, but that's, I think, a combination of those three things. basically.
Yeah, so now
It's
we
about
have to wait.
it's about power, having power.
Yeah. Man,
So
I want to see what Tyrion comes up with.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a plan.
He's gonna fix it. I'm pretty sure. I'm not. He's pretty good at that. So
next we see, Varys, all of Varys's little birds.
With that creepy fella.
Yep.
That's so disturbing.
With the tree jumper.
Hey, little children, you want some candy?
Exactly. Yep.
No.
And then now this is the first time that we heard that that we actually heard when Zombie Mountain comes in, they actually say who he is, right?
No,
is this the first time that we heard that he's Gregor?
No. We've heard that before.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, that is Gregor Clegane. Yeah,
So-
we've heard that before.
So Jamie's poking fun at him after he comes in after the little birds all go fly off, and he's the little recruiting process that happens, you know, that I found it kind of weird and dirty. And he's go fetch me some whispers, and so Gregor comes in, and Jamie starts poking at him right away. He's like, well, let's be honest, he never really understood us the first time around, and then he turns so quickly at Jamie. He's like, I'm gonna pound you. So obviously he can still remember what happened before. So he's just not a mindless zombie. He's there's some thought to him still in there. So I thought that was good portion for me to see as a viewer. Just a little bit of insight on that character. So I did like that. And then see, we got the whispers, and so that's just about it for that scene, really, in my impression. Do you have anything more to add about that? Pretty Ideal?
Well, the interesting...
They have the whisperers with the little birds. That's pretty much what I got. What's up, Kix?
The interesting part of that is that they're just in that scene, they're leading up to the next scene, but talking about we want revenge against the High Septum and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, and they didn't plan out the duel, right?
And she gets fucking mad, and she tells him, "I want information. If anybody's making fun of me in the entire kingdom, I want them dead."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Little insane.
Who's making her?
At this point, she's very bitter, right? She's very mad.
Yeah, but it's longer.
She feels like this religion is taking over the power that the that the king have even.
Yeah, but it's no longer purely political anymore. It's no longer about getting her kids in power and keeping power. Now it's getting personal.
Yeah,
and she's about to start making mistakes. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's the next one to die.
Oh, she
really?
might be. Yeah,
Wow.
Sure, she might be. I'm not even. That's a possibility that have been there for a long time. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't
Ever
be
since she
surprised
began,
if Jamie did it.
ever since Joffrey died, she's been kind of on edge because she keeps losing children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
she might even take her own life if Tommen dies.
At this point, it's just about pure revenge. Basically, it's what she wants.
Yeah.
Revenge and power. She wants soon to regain what she's lost.
If Tommen dies, who's the king? Jamie?
If Tommen dies?
Oh, is it?
It's
Will
Jamie.
Marjorie take over?
No, she's just queen.
It would be
Who's
Jamie,
the next?
I think.
We'd have to
Since
check
there's-
it, whatever the family tree is.
Since there's no heir, I think it'd be Jamie.
Technically, it would have been Stannis, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
but he's gone now.
Yeah,
So what would branch out?
exactly.
I don't know.
It's still in the House Baratheon to be if we have to go.
It should be House Baratheon, yeah.
Be like an uncle or a cousin or something that we haven't
You haven't even
focused on.
seen, yeah. So we go right from here, right to the small council, and
Oh, I love this.
so
This
so
was-
so Jamie, Cersei, and the Mountain come walking in, and what's that old pompous guy? What's his name? The old guy in the terrible robes that pretends like he's an old guy, but he's not.
So
Yeah, he's the main.
saw.
What is his name? Yeah.
Yeah. So he's all like, I think we need to get rid of the mountain zombie. We need to get rid of him. And he shows up, and then you hear a fart squeak off.
He's back. He's back talking the other Maester for not being a real Maester.
It's interesting because I didn't hear the fart until I watched it the second time.
You didn't? I heard it the first time.
I didn't. I'm old and tired, so I had the headphones in the second time I watched it. And I go, oh, what's that?
That was beautiful.
Like, holy hell! What the hell? That was crazy.
He has a lot of balls.
I was not
really
expecting that in a million years. I wasn't expecting it.
He has a lot of balls. Yeah, indeed.
And so I think he's the next to die.
Well, they keep saying like we're gonna.
Do you
And we're just gonna pull up a seat. I can be here, and because it was done in the past, and Jaime says, and Cersei's like, I should be here, and the mountain needs to be there, and then the hand says, well, we don't need to be here, and then they walk out.
That was beautiful.
Like, holy hell! What the hell? That was crazy.
He has a lot of balls.
I was not
really
expecting that in a million years. I wasn't expecting it.
He has a lot of balls. Yeah, indeed.
And so I think he's the next to die.
Well, they keep saying like we're gonna.
Do you seriously? I don't think they're gonna kill their uncle. That seems weird.
No.
I think the mountain.
But I just.
Oh, the mountain.
I feel like they have a really long way to climb, though, because they keep saying we're gonna take back our power, we're gonna kill all of our enemies, anyone who talks bad about us is gonna die, and like they have zero power except for their little army of Lannister soldiers. They don't have the support of the crown, obviously. So, I mean, I'm just wondering how they're gonna get out of this.
Depends, because Tommen is king.
But he wasn't in that little small council meeting.
That's true, but he said to his mother, "I want your help."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
he believes in her, so whatever she says to him is probably going to be law. It's the way I see it. If she doesn't want
to do it,
I know. But if it comes to that, I think she'll go to him and she'll say, "We need another hand of the king."
Yeah,
that's as easy as it gets, right?
So this next part, we see Tommen go to front the High Sparrow. And to me, this scene, I could be wrong, but this scene points to the end of the Lannisters. And I'll tell you why. So he goes in there and he's like, my mother wants to see her daughter's final resting place. And he's like, what? That wasn't final atonement. You made her walk naked in the streets and everything got thrown at her. And that wasn't final atonement. Are you kidding me? And he's like, no. We still need to have court over this, and we need to decide more about it. And then he starts mind fucking him. He's like, oh, I'm tired. Do you mind if I sit down? No, sure. Go ahead, sit down. Then he
power plays.
And then he clears off a little spot next to him. It's like, hey, just sit down next to me. Let's just talk. Mm-hmm. Let's just talk this out. And he's like, God, he works through your mother. He works through you, and we just need to listen. And he says, help bring out all the good in all of us. And to me, this is just the High Sparrow planting the seeds in the young king to manipulate him so he's not listened to anybody but the High Sparrow. And yep. I think it's just the beginning of the end for the Lannisters. Honest to God.
I agree with that.
That's quite possibly true. Maybe. Depends. But
because Tommen in the very last episode, he was saying, I'm going to kill all of them. Mm-hmm. They can't do this to me. I'm getting power. Mom, I want your help to take everyone down. And then he just sits next to him and says, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, Tommen is the worst king we've had so far.
He's like 11. Of course he is.
Yeah. It's not even...
Say what you want about his brother, but his brother had a pair, right? Tommen doesn't.
Yeah.
He's like, Mommy, take care of it.
exactly.
So
he's not fit to be king.
And it was because of Mommy in the first place that we had the High Sparrow anyway. So it's just a disaster. It's just a disaster.
Well, I think at some point that religion is gonna get fucked. Just gonna say it. I don't think the High Sparrow is gonna have the power in the coming seasons.
I don't know. Sure. It just seems like he's reaching for that power with Tommen. He's not
exactly. Yeah. Like I see no reason for the High Sparrow. Well, there's some, but to me, everything he's doing is very self-centered about himself, right?
Without being, because at the same time it's all about him, but it's about everyone else. It's not about him.
Exactly. He's manipulating and he's doing it.
I think we're gonna find out
for the common good.
If he ends up convincing Tommen to convict either his mother or his wife, then we'll know that he won.
Exactly.
Even if it's just that one step, letting the trial go forward, or I think.
Well, the next episode we see Marjorie is going to confess, right?
I haven't seen the preview.
Oh yeah, I have. It's
Yep. So
she wants to, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. So that was a really interesting scene, and then we get to the House of Black and White, where finally we see some progress in the storyline. We get to see the whole "Who are you?" and I'm no one. Who are you? I'm no one. Now, when she's being questioned and beaten and pummeled, the one thing that comes out that I'm actually was kind of taken aback by was the Hound was no longer on her list, and she walked away and left him to die. So
the way it played out was that in the end she doesn't have a list. Whoever you name is on her list.
Yeah, that's very true. Is there anybody else on your list? Well,
she's training.
Tell me who was on the list.
She's training to be an assassin. That's what she is.
Yeah. Tell me who's on the list.
She can't have a. Basically, they're trying to get rid of everything she used to have.
Mm-hmm.
Because they keep saying you have a list. That's a tiny list. Haha. They're mocking her.
And even the list that she says was seriously Gregor Leglain and Walter Frey. So it was like up to 9 people long, right? I can't even remember all the people's on there.
Everybody else basically died.
Yeah, those are the only people still alive.
Was it really?
Yeah.
She killed the rest of them.
The mountain is not dead. The Hound is dead. Joffrey's dead. Who else is? I can't remember.
Because Joffrey was on the list.
And she killed the King's Guard as well.
Yeah, very true. And then so we have the moment that I anticipated happening. We're gonna call it the Daredevil moment, where she starts picking up everything, just reading everything in the wind, can hear everything, super senses, and she doesn't need the sight anymore to start swinging back. And so, yeah, Leska's ripped back. So that was pretty cool. And then, jargon comes in. If a girl tells me her name, I'll give her eye back. And then, so one last test, right? One last test. A girl has no name. And then, she needs a drink.
And we finally find out why they do this, by the way. Because the water she's drinking is what kills people.
What kills everybody else who drinks from it, right?
Exactly.
Every single person.
And she brought the poison in herself. Like, we saw her measuring it out.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, she knew that it would kill her.
Yep.
Exactly.
So it wasn't like trusting him, it was trusting herself. And that, I think, this was really important, because now she is no one. Because she didn't die.
It's done.
God
She didn't
let her die. So she's now going to be an assassin, and she's not Arya Stark. She might kill a Stark.
I told my wife
She might
this.
join this.
I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. But
you don't think so?
I do think what's gonna happen is I told my wife this. Said the first Stark reunion where two Starks are gonna be in the same room is gonna be when Arya's wearing somebody else's face and she knows the Starks, but she won't ever break character, and they'll just pass each other in the same hallway or something, and because she's no one. And I honestly think that this will be the first reunion that just won't ever happen because she's an assassin. She's faceless.
Nah, the first real reunion is gonna be Jon and Sansa, I think.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna pass each other in Wilderness and not even see each other. Honest to God truth.
That might happen.
One of those
shit,
so close but so far away things again that they always do. I don't think they're gonna meet up. I really
hope she gets to fucking Jon and tells him about what happened. Because for me, something needs to fuel his anger even more, so he wants to go to on his crusade.
I think Rickon. I think that the news about Rickon being there
I know. Like, Rickon is gonna. He's gonna go mental.
Which really pushes onto the next scene where at Winterfell and the Umbers is talking. He's like that's what he's calling him out. He's like your dad was a word I can't say right now. That's why he killed him. And like, I didn't kill him. Our enemies poisoned him. He's like, whatever. My father was one of those too, and I would have killed him myself if he wouldn't have just died like an old man he was. And and then he's like, we're farther in the north than all of you guys, and this is why I'm coming to you, because we gotta fight first up there. So we're coming to you. He's like, man, take a knee, kiss my hand. He goes, no. Your father kissed the Stark's hand, kissed her knee, pledged your banners, did everything else, and he still killed him. It doesn't mean anything. I got you a gift. So he brings out the wildling woman. What's her name?
Asha.
Mm-hmm.
And Rickon. And
called it. I didn't want to be right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were definitely right. Yep. And he's like, how do you know it's Rickon Stark? And oh my god, this is a scene I didn't want to see though, because I'm so attached to these wargs, and I really, really like them, the hounds. And then it brings in the head and plops it down. And I'm like, Jesus. There's another one down. So I think there's 3 of them left.
So do you guys
Shaggy
think
dog.
that, one, we can't go by how old Rickon looks, because when he's, like, the actor started Game of Thrones, he was, 10? And so 4 years later, he hit puberty, now he's a 14-year-old kid.
He drove the set,
but
right?
He's still supposed to be, 6 or 7, isn't he? So he's supposed to be really young. So we can't really go by what he looks like, but do you think that the Umbers are still loyal to the Starks, and that they've been training Rickon?
Maybe.
Like some kind of ninja, because he didn't pledge to him.
Direwolves, yeah.
I don't think
pledging means something to him, and he played it off.
There's different ways to that could definitely be true.
And maybe that's why he didn't take the knee, right?
Another thing, I think, just at this point, the game has changed so much that they don't care about traditions anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to get things done.
I would love it. I would love it if Pretty Idea was right, though. I would really love it.
Yeah. That would be amazing. But there's been so much uproar in the north in such a short amount of time, and they had peace before. They want, I think, some of the houses to just get this all over with.
I really want Pretty Ideal to be right, and I'm gonna put all my eggs in that basket that the Umbers are still with Stark, because that's why Bran sent them there in the first place. The Umbers have always been loyal to the Starks. Go to the Umbers.
I would love that.
That's true. And the Karstarks has as well.
Yeah.
But did he say that though?
And being a douche.
The Karstarks is literally a branch family of the Starks.
Well, I know, but they just beheaded their leader, right?
I know.
You know,
Like,
so problems.
Rob killed his father.
Yeah,
I think, right?
yeah. Yep.
Okay. I also have to so that is the third direwolf that died, right? Shaggy Dog, the one they just killed. We still have
3.
Yeah, we still have Nymeria running lost in the woods.
Arya's
no,
right.
She went to the wetlands or something. She went further south.
Arya's dog,
but
right?
Nymeria, yeah, Daria's dog.
Yep.
We have Ghost.
Yep.
We have Summer with Bran up in the north.
Did we see the dog up there?
I didn't.
Did we see the dog? We haven't seen the dog at the tree though, have we?
Or the wolf? No, I haven't seen him. But he didn't die, right? He's still alive.
No, he's still alive. He's still alive.
Yeah,
I read up on it today. Yeah, Summer's still alive. Yep. So there's 3 left, and I hope they all get together, make a super pack, and come jumping in, right behind the giant when they take Winterfell.
That would be beautiful.
I don't think Rickon is gonna make it. I'm sorry.
Unless they've been training him, yeah. But it could be that Ramsay is going to use him to gain more support because he doesn't have Sansa anymore, but now he has Rickon. And I don't think he's going to make the same mistake twice.
Rickon is even better than Sansa as well.
Yeah, because he's a boy.
But you can't make babies with Rickon.
No, but he's the direct.
He might try.
Doesn't matter. He's the direct heir to Winterfell.
Because everyone else is dead, as far as we know.
Behind Bran, but they don't know.
But they don't know that Bran's alive.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know.
Well, I don't think Ramsay's going to torture him. I think they might play some mind games, but I honestly think he's going to use him as a pawn, and I don't think he's going to fuck around with it again. But you never know. He was twisted.
Exactly. I think, though, it's going to spin Jon into some kind of salvation conquering mission.
I hope so.
So the last scene's...
I called this fucking scene, by the way.
The hanging of the traitors, man. You know, lined them all up. He puts on Longfang, his sword, and he goes out there. I'm like, is he going to behead each one of them at a time?
I wanted him to do that.
I want him to do that, too.
His dad taught him, if you're going to kill someone, you swing the sword. I mean, I guess technically he did.
He still did, you know, but, so, the whole time when he's all looking at him, getting their last words, I'm like, man, you better have a pair right now, dude, because you've kind of backed out in a lot of this crap before. You know, I was honestly expecting for him to cut down Ollie when he's walking all onto end and just like, you know, everybody's dead except for Ollie, you know, but he pauses there, he looks at Ollie and he sees the hate, the spewing out of Ollie's eyes, and so I mean, it's interesting. And
Ollie is also the most direct reason he died.
Yeah, stabbed him in the heart. Oh, and
no, Ollie is the most direct reason that Jon died.
Yeah. Because
he lured Jon into a trap.
So he gets to the... Damn it, why can't I remember his name? The guy that was behind all of it.
Sir Alliser, right?
Yeah, Sir Alistair. He gets to him, he's like, I'll betray you or the Night's Watch. I pray if I had to do it all over again, I'd make the right choice again. You, Lord Snow, will be fighting their battles forever.
And that's why he makes that's why he makes the decision.
I think that means that Jon is just cursed to die over and over again and just being brought back.
No, I think what he means is that by killing me now, Jon, I think that Alliser thinks that Jon is going to continue as a commander.
Yeah.
And what Alicent means is that you're gonna continue fighting their fight because that's what the Night's Watch do, right? Mm-hmm. But at that point, he kills all of them, makes a decision. I'm not gonna be in the Night's Watch anymore. I'm not gonna be a pawn. I don't want to do this anymore. My wish has ended.
The whole episode ends with him
that's
dropping the mic. He drops the mic. He's like, "My watch has ended. Boom! I'm out."
Yep. Yeah, and Kix called it. A lot of us kind of felt like that would be a huge possibility because he did die. There's no more oath to keep.
Exactly. That's also the most plausible reason for the title, of course.
Yeah, the Oathbreaker.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you think Jon is going right now? He just stormed off, like, all angry. But with no supplies or anything. Where's Jon going?
He's gonna...
Right straight to the Wildlings.
I think he's gonna go to Winterfell. Not on his own, he's gonna gather some folks, and then he's gonna march to Winterfell.
Yeah, he's gonna get all the Wildlings, and he's gonna walk straight to Winterfell. He's gonna say, the best way I can protect you is if I'm Lord of Winterfell, or whoever I choose, and
because he knows the White Walkers are coming. He saw all of it,
and so we're gonna go get it, and then let's go.
At this point, to him also, it's about he also wants revenge. He's been at the Night's Watch. He's been a pawn, and in all the time he's been there, shit has gone down. His entire house is lost.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been able to do anything so far. It's pissing him off so hard, right?
Yeah.
I think he's just gonna march straight to Winterfell.
I hope we don't have to wait until the end of the damn season sees this. I hope this happens mid-season. I hope he takes the damn thing. I hope Ramsay gets run up the goddamn flagpole, and I hope that's it.
He's probably...
Ramsay's not gonna die. He's too good of a villain right now.
Well, depends.
I think he dies.
Okay. Ramsay can die now if they set up the High Septon to be an even bigger cunt.
You can't say that.
Or the White Walkers become the bigger villain by the end of it.
Well, that's the biggest threat in every season.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they become more of a threat, and then unite the North together to fight that,
Well, we all know that we are in the final stages of the thing. Either way, whatever happens from now on is pretty crucial to the existence of Westeros as a whole.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Night's Watch is over. They have like 30 members.
Yeah, there's not many there, is there?
No.
Nope.
He knows that the way it is right now, there's no way he's gonna hold that wall.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's gonna need not these people, but they're gonna need the North to do it because everybody down south is they're not gonna unite to do this, But who knows? Maybe, I don't know.
He's gonna need them. No, some of them dragons, bro.
Yeah. So that's it for the episode. What do you look forward to next week, Kix? What do you think? What do you hope happens?
I really hope they're gonna show us that fucking tower scene, please.
I don't think they're gonna.
No,
I think Bran's gonna branch off and see something else. He might go even farther back in the past.
The only reason I really hope that that's what's happening is because Three-Eyed Raven says we will return to that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So I really hope that within the next or the season after that or the episode after that we get to see it, because it means a lot. It's either gonna disappoint or it's not gonna disappoint. It's gonna confirm or not gonna confirm.
Yep.
I hope we see a Stark reunion next week.
What it's gonna confirm or not? Did we already talk about that?
No, we can. I don't. Well.
Oh, do you want to?
Let's just wait until next episode because I don't know. Some people might not. No.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
But I hope we see. Jon and Sansa meet. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm hoping it happens. I hope we see some longing, togetherness. I hope we see that. I also hope that we see the beginning of the Starks getting back in Winterfell. I want
to see.
That's not going to happen next season, though.
No, I think we're gonna go back to the Ironborn. I think we're gonna go back to the Ironborn, and they're gonna do the Kingsmoot and see who's gonna take over the islands.
I hope it's gonna be Euron. Please let it be Euron. Please. He's so mental, and he can do so much damage. It would be amazing.
He's insane.
He's insane. No, not Theon. Did you watch the pre-show, the preview?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. But,
I'll go watch it right now.
Theon gets back to.
He makes it.
He makes it to the Iron Islands, and he's like, "I'm so sorry," and and his sister's like, "I don't need your. I don't need your sorry. I can't use it for anything."
But,
I need to go watch that. I'm excited.
I just wish the episode was 2 hours longer, and each scene could have had a bit more substance to it. I want more. Although I love the dialogue and I love the intrigue, I would really like some more action.
Yeah.
At this point, we need more character building. I just want if they just keep throwing character building at me, I'll be fine. If they keep throwing these tiny loops that we're gonna kind of spoil something but not really, and we're gonna kind of confirm something but not really. I'm gonna be pretty fucking mad.
You just captured by Ramsey. Yeah, it might happen. It might happen, Nas. Yeah, it might happen. I don't know.
I'm still so fucking salty they didn't show the tower scene.
All right, say goodbye, Pretty Ideal.
Okay, bye everybody.
Say goodbye, Kix.
Apparently we have to end, so bye.
We do. It's been an hour. That's what we wanted. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in. That's gonna be end the stream for me tonight. Tomorrow I'll try to start a little bit earlier, and I'm not too sure what we're gonna play tomorrow, but we'll have fun either way. And thank you so much for being here. Soccer's got, I think, 3 more weeks left, and we should be able to get back to a little bit of a normal schedule. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks, Kix, and thanks, Pretty Ideal, for coming in. We'll see you guys all next time. Until next time, only smoke men. Bye now.